It's almost that time of year again. What's up everyone, this is K Collections, and before we get Lolly Santa, we'll get her senpai if you missed the event last year. For this review, I'll go over her stats, skills, CE recommendations, and specific team builds you can use. Starting with her stats, she has the second highest attack out of the 4-star riders, just lower than Kentucky Rider. For HP, she has the third lowest, just above Astolfo, and a bit lower than Summer Mordred. As with all riders, her star absorption is very high. She has a double Arts and Buster type deck with a Buster NP. Hit counts are low, which will affect her NP gains and star generation, so you will need proper support to help her. Her active skills are very similar to Salter. You have your Buster buff, your star gains, just replace Charisma with a targetable healing skill, which also increases star gen. That can be used on your main star generator like Fuma for example, which means he can provide more stars for her. All her skills have low cooldowns when maxed out, helps a lot with consistency. Focus on leveling Mana Burst first, then Saint's Gift, then Intuition. Her passives aren't anything spectacular, but it helps. Her Noble Phantasm, like many other Artorias, is an AoE attack that recharges her NP gauge, depending on overcharge level. You want to use her attack last within an NP chain so you'll get more charge. Other than that, it's a very simple NP attack. For CE recommendations, focus on boosting both Buster performance and crit damage, as Santa Altar has high star absorption and 3 Buster attacks in total. Go with Joint Recital, it has a higher Buster percentage. Brave Hero Ellie is also a good choice if you want to concentrate more on her NP attack. Partake with the King is also helpful if you need to use her NP fast. Now, both these CEs are also good if you want her to be more crit focused. These will increase her damage, but also generate a few stars every turn, which she can absorb. Out of the two, I would go with Leading Chaldea because the Buster increase is more reliable because you won't always deal crit damage with Hot Spring Under the Moon. For team strategies, Caster, Liz, and Anderson are strong supports. The biggest strength for this team is the star gains through skills. All 3 servants can create stars instantly, which will go to Santa Altar because of her class. This team prioritizes in Arts and Buster attacks, having 9 Arts and 6 Busters in total. The main weakness is that there's really no star generation outside of their skills. So once those skills are on cooldown, you don't have a lot of stars to use. Also, team survivability is an issue. Only Liz can survive an NP attack with her guts, for example. Like I mentioned before, Liz can create stars with her skills. One will generate 6 to 12 stars for 3 turns, while the other skill will give you around 8 stars for the turn. Santa Altar can also generate 5 to 15 stars, meaning that's 19 to 35 stars for the turn, not including Anderson, and it's all through skill effects. Both servants possesses a Buster NP, which will allow you to perform a Buster chain. Use Liz's NP first within an NP chain, followed by Santa Altar's. You'll recharge more NP for Altar that way. Anderson is your main crit supporter. Aside from his healing, attack, and defense buff, he can potentially increase star gen for attacks. Of course, he can boost Santa Altar's crit damage. Like the others, Anderson can also create stars 3 to 9 stars for 3 turns. If you combine it with everyone, you can generate 22 to 44 stars for the turn, depending on the skill levels. Also, Anderson and Liz can take care of any pesky assassins that may appear. Another team you could use would be Jolter and Jack. Both altars can be your crit servants, while Jack provides the stars. A great thing about this combo is that Santa Altar will still receive most of the stars because Jolter has low star absorption until you use her skill, so they won't always fight each other for stars. The team also has good survivability. Jolter and Jack can avoid NP attacks, while Santa Altar and Jack can heal the team. Worst thing about this team is that you'll have some inconsistent attacks. There's 5 quicks, 5 arts, and 5 Buster normal attacks, meaning it's too evenly spread out with no real focus, which will affect attack chains. Being a dragon, Santa Altar will gain 2 attack buffs from Jolter. These two also have identical attack cards, so if you replace Jack with another servant that's more buster focused, let's say, it'll solve the deck issues. Jalter serves as your second crit attacker. During the turns where Santa Ultra can't attack, Jalter can use her first skill. Otherwise, most of the stars will naturally go to Santa Ultra because the Avenger class has low star gather rate. Depending on the enemy, you should use Jalter's NP either first or second within an NP chain. If it's a female enemy, use it first because Jack will deal increased damage. If not, use it second to increase the cursed damage. Jack the Ripper can generate a lot of stars, and can benefit from Santa Ultra's first skill, which increases star generation rate. Both servants will act as healers. When combined, you can heal 2,000 to 6,000 HP for a servant, or split them to keep HP high. One thing to remember is that if you're facing casters with Santa Ultra, Jack will have a class disadvantage if she's on your team. Also, I said this before, depending on the enemies, you'll chain NP attacks differently. If it's a female, use Jalter's first, Santa Ultra's next, then Jack's. If not, use Jack's, Jalter's, then Santa Ultra's. Also, have a Mystic Coat that can help Santa Ultra survive NP attacks, as she's the only one without any form of evasion. My final thoughts? Santa Ultra is basically a Rider version of Salter, of course with some differences, but more or less they serve the same role. You'll have her at NP 5, and with a Buster NP and a Buster buffing skill, she's potentially your strongest AoE 4-star Rider. She's a very simple servant to use and will benefit all players. Some weaknesses to consider is her survivability in boss battles. With no evasion or guts, you'll need support to help her survive NP attacks. Her NP generation isn't the strongest either, and being a Rider class, she may take stars away from other servants, something you must consider when building a team. As a welfare servant, I always recommend you getting them. Santa Ultra is no exception. Special thanks to all my patrons, and if you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon. So, which version of Artoria Ultra is your favorite? I have to go with Lancer Ultra, you all know my reasons. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more FGO content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join my Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day, everyone. Till next time.